Hey everyone! So I wanted to do a story time that I've been wanting to do since I ever started my job at Walmart, or at least a few months in when I started my job at Walmart. So I quit Walmart, I should probably say. That's why I'm making this video, so that I don't get fired, I don't get in trouble and all that stuff. I didn't quit just to make this video, just to confirm. I quit the job because it was just emotionally straining, mentally straining, just basically everything. Yes, it brought in money, obviously, of course. Working a job always brings in money, but this job just wasn't really worth it. I felt like my mental health and just like everything was more important than getting money in. Like my relationship, like having enough sleep, all that stuff was more important, going to school and shit. So I quit my job at Walmart. Yeah, so I just wanted to start saying that I quit because, I already said my mental health and stuff, but I quit because it was just, people are just really rude. Not like everyone's rude, but like a lot of people can be rude. A lot of people take their stuff out on coworkers of mine, on me. This one woman was doing the self-checkout line, and I was usually a cashier. Like, I didn't have to be at the self-checkout unless if someone like that was higher up than I was told me to do that. But I was mainly a cashier. So what I would do if I didn't have anyone like in line, I would just go to the side, help the self-checkout people, or go, like, they call it zoning, and that's when you like clean your area, you clean up like the knickknacks that are there in your lane. And you make sure that like no one's like going out of the store and stealing things and all that stuff. So anyway, this woman was in the self-checkout line, and I went out of the way to be nice and go help her. And the woman basically didn't really make that much sense. I don't really remember exactly what she said, but the gist of it was, she said like the meat product that she got wasn't scanning, and I looked at them, like, because usually they don't have barcodes on them. So I looked at it, there was no barcode, and so she was like, well, that's your job to find it. I'm like, okay. Well, it's not my job. My job is to be a cashier. I can help, obviously, but you don't have to be rude about it. I didn't say it. I was gonna be nice. So I walked away. I was like, okay. I looked so confused, like, why someone would be that rude to someone who doesn't have to help them. I'm just doing it because I'm being nice. I'm helping out my coworker. Because he was, like, swamped. So anyway, I just looked at her so dazed and confused, like, why would you be that rude to someone? And so I get the product that she's looking for, I come back, I give it to her. She's not making any sense on like which one she wants, the one with the barcode, the one without the barcode. She wanted the one with the barcode. I'm like, well, why don't you just take the one without the barcode, because then like we can just put the one back with the barcode, because I don't think a lot of people really checked if that thing had a barcode or not. So obviously it was placed there without a barcode in the first place, so no one really checked. So I was like, why don't you just take the one without the barcode, so no one, like, this situation doesn't happen again. And she was like, just went off on me. And then she was like, I'm a 60-year-old woman and you treat your elders like this. I'm like, I just was really confused. That's all. She was like yelling at me about the fact how my face expression was, and I just looked really confused, because I was confused on how, like, why someone would be this rude to someone who went out of the way of this person. Obviously I don't think she knew that I went out of my way to help her, but I mean, still, like, either way, don't be that rude. because, like, honestly. So that was, like, one reason why I had anxiety of going back to work. Like, the job just gave me anxiety, it gave me depression, which I will get to the depression part. I already had depression, but it just, like, flew off the handle having this job. So another story of working at Walmart was that this man, he was with, I think, his wife and I think his granddaughter or his daughter or something, I don't know. But the guy and the wife or whoever, I don't even know, I don't think they were actually married, because they kind of referred to each other like as friends, kind of, but not directly saying it like that. So I think they were friends. They were just shopping together, and then I think the other person was like a granddaughter of one of them or something. So the guy made a comment, and then I got triggered. I didn't say anything, but I got triggered, and then I thought he was making a joke, so I laughed at it. And then the other woman that was with him laughed at it too. We thought he was just joking about whatever it was about. It was during the time when like quarantine things were really, like, obviously they're still bad, but like it was where you can only get one thing per person. I lost my lipstick. Yeah, so he was just really annoyed about that. I think he just personally took it out on me, which I didn't understand why. Like, it's not my job, it's not my fault. I don't make the rules. The company, the CEO, whoever makes that decision, it does that. And so he got hella mad at me. And then he was like, I would speak to your boss if I could. I'm like, I mean, you can. She's right there. She was literally, I think she was listening to the whole conversation. She was helping someone else. But I think she was listening to it because she was like close enough to both of us to where she could probably understand the conversation. This one guy came up to me, and what was it? With like a bunch of people were in line, and he could only grab one like toilet paper or paper towel or something, and then the woman behind him was like, it's okay, I'll buy it for you. And he's like, no, it's fine. And so he started yelling at me about it. I'm like, it's not my fault, I don't make those decisions. I didn't say it, but like, still, it's not my fault, I don't make those decisions. I'm just like the lower down person that gets paid for doing this shit. So yeah. And so he got angry and he yelled at me. He stormed out of there like so fucking fast. Another one, I think it was like actually like the first or second day of working at Walmart. There was this guy that came in. He had like this big case of water, or like, yeah, I think it was water. He like basically threw it at a conveyor belt thing, and I was just like, what the fuck? Because I never worked a job like that before. I worked other jobs, but just like not like that. I worked as like a secretary and like assistant and stuff to people and everything, but like I never worked at like Walmart or Target or like basically grocery stores. I got freaked out. I got really scared. I thought he was gonna be like aggressive. I thought he was really mad about something. I forgot what he was mad about actually. And so once he left, I just like turned around to my two co-workers. One of them was my boss. One of them is my friend. And I was like, what do I do if someone's mean to me or like angry or like aggressive or something? And they're like, what do you mean like aggressive? I'm like, well, he like aggressively threw a water case down on the conveyor belt. I don't know if that's just me being a girl, me being a white girl, or just like my first experience of working at a place like that. But yeah, so they were like, it's okay if something like that happens, we will lay down our lives for you, it's okay. So that was actually one person who said it, who never said anything mean about me or to me or anything like that, which I will get to that part. That was about the depression, like coworkers being mean. I remember I had strep throat. I had really bad strep throat, so I was out for like about like a week or two because I had fever like going back and forth. And when I came back, apparently I gained weight even though I didn't eat anything. And my coworker was like, yeah, you're like, I couldn't like breathe that much because first, second, I am a little big, but not like that big where I'm like obese. And so my coworker, she said I was fat. I'm like, what the fuck? So I went into like a depressed state. I'm like, how the hell does someone just come out saying that you're fat? Like, what the fuck is the matter with you? And so I just walked away from that situation. I never returned back, basically after that day. So yeah, I basically had a panic attack. Not basically, I did. I had a panic attack, and it was just really bad. I kept having panic attacks while working there. I would say don't work at Walmart. I'm just giving my own personal experience. I know everyone's different, so you could have like nice coworkers and mean coworkers like I did. I had really nice coworkers, and then I had really mean coworkers. The nice ones made up for the good ones for the most part, but they weren't always around, and then I was just basically, I felt like being attacked by other people, by the mean people. There was one instance where a coworker of mine and myself, we were supposed to go on break like an hour before we did, or I think like 30 minutes to an hour before we were supposed to go on our last break. And this woman got really mad at us. She was a coworker of ours, and she was getting off later, and she was really snappy. Like, a lot of the older people there were really snappy to the people that were in charge, but were also younger, so I felt like they thought that they should be the person in charge because they're older and wiser, but they're not. They're just bitches. So, yeah, so my CSM or coworker, whatever, she was higher up, she asked my coworker who was the same like level as I was as a cashier to take over for me. And so she like threw a fit and was like, no, I'm not going to. She like snapped at her. She was really rude. And then she came back. She went to our like area where everyone like sits down and like eats their lunch or whatever. It's like the resting area. Resting room, and she just flipped shit. Like, she started yelling at us. It was time for me to leave later, and so on my way out, she was like throwing things. I'm like, what the fuck is the matter with you? So I just tried to avoid her. She said goodnight, so I did too. I wasn't gonna be rude like her. So I just left. There was like another reason why I wasn't gonna come back. I wasn't gonna be like, have people throw shit at me. I did write her up, but no one told me if anything like happened about it, because she was still working there, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not going to fucking work with someone who, again, is throwing shit and is cussing at me and is yelling in front of like 5 other coworkers and everything. And there was this other woman. She was a lot older. I think she's like in her 80s or something. I honestly have no idea. She's really spry for her age. So let's just say, like, she walks fast. But she was just really, really angry all the time. And she would cuss about people behind their back. And I tried to write her up, but no one said, like, when I tried to write her up, my bosses were like, no, you can't write her up because you don't actually know if she said this stuff. I'm like, but I do. She said it behind my back, when I could actually hear her while she was walking away from me and talking about me behind my back. But yeah, so that was that was just my circumstances. There were a lot of nice customers. There was one that had like a few kids. She was really nice. This other woman would come in and she was like, I think like 24 or something. She was really nice and everything. She would come in, we would have like a really nice conversation. So there are nice people that make up for the really rude people. But just for my mental health, it wasn't a smart idea to keep staying there. Especially since I had to look for a therapist that took like 3 months to do. And then like I didn't think it was worth their time seeing if I was going to come back. I didn't think it was worth my time seeing if I believed that I would come back and not have a panic attack for like the 30,000th time. That was just my experience working at Walmart. I hope this helps you. These stories help you if you want to work at Walmart. If you don't want to work at Walmart, you do get a discount card after like 6 months of working there. And you get that. It goes to the mail to them, not to you. They said it would come to me in my mail. It didn't. It came to the office, like the Walmart, neighborhood Walmart that I was working at. So yeah, and then it really doesn't take out a discount. It says like it takes off 10% of certain things that you buy. It would basically take off like 60 cents to like $1, not even. Like sometimes it would be even less than that, or it would be like nothing at all. Like I wanted to get a discount, it still like only took off like $1 at the most. Actually I think $4 was what it took off the most. The least was probably $1. One time where it was like the beginning of COVID, and people were like looting places and like trying to run out of stores and like just stealing things. And 2 of my managers, they had to like stand at the front like door where the exit doors and make sure that no one was stealing anything. This one guy came in, punched one of my managers, and ran to the meat section, grabbed all of the meat off of there, put it into a pillowcase, and tried to run out with it. But my other manager that didn't get punched, grabbed the pillowcase, and the guy was like, well, you're like, started cussing at him and walked out. And he was like, my manager was like, don't come back, I'll call the police. So there was that. Walmart, I don't think, is really the safest environment to work at, personally. With just all the people that were screaming and yelling and trying to like steal things, it's not very safe. I realized that now working there. I knew that it was like pretty much dangerous already, like before I started working there, but when you work there, you actually know how dangerous it is. Yeah, because you never know who's gonna pull something, who's gonna pull a knife or a gun. There was like some homeless person came into the bathroom and tried to take a shower in there when there's no shower things. There's just like a sink and that's it. And they tried to like cut their hair and everything. And yeah, it was just, oh my god, it was a horrible experience. I don't think I'm ever gonna work at a Walmart again. I might not. I hope I don't. But yeah, that's my job experience. I hope you guys take this into consideration about my job experience, if you guys want to work there or not. Yeah, so I just really hope this story helps you guys see the pros and the cons of working at Walmart. So yeah. I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you don't, it's okay. Yeah. if you did like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification buttons every time I upload a video. I will be uploading on Mondays at 12 a.m. and Fridays at 2 p.m. It might change once I go to school. It might not change depending on what my schedule is. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can upload more videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun. I've been wanting to do this video for a very long time, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!